I knew as a child, I grew up on a farm in Texas, and I knew, like, this is temporary with fashion stuff. My grandmother was the Louis Vuitton.
She was a queen.
She was a queen. And so she was like, maybe you should just model and just do women's clothes, though. No, I knew as a child. I was like, this is not it for me.
You said my star is shining.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on my way.
Oh, my whole family, the one time I won the talent night at the local drag show was my grandmother, my grandfather, my aunt, and my mom all sat in the front row.
I love it. My heart is
like
so
people
full.
were coming up and crying, like, I can't believe you're here with your son and your grandson. And they were like, he's played with Barbies since he was a baby. Like, it's not a shocker. And
right.
We're all just here supporting.
Hey, this is Kelly Robinson, president of the Human Rights Campaign, and we back with our second episode of Our American Dreams, where we are touring this country, lifting up the stories of harm, but also the hope that's on the rise for the LGBTQ plus community. And let me tell you, we are having a time. This episode covers our tour stops from Las Vegas to San Antonio and a couple little places in between. I was so excited to visit Las Vegas, where I got to sit down with Congressman Horsford and Congresswoman Dina Titus and talk about the state of what's possible in Nevada and what people are fighting for and what they're doing. Not only that, we had an amazing gala dinner that lifted up joy, lifted up stories, and lifted up some music and entertainment, because it's Las Vegas, right? With folks like Elliott with 2 T's and Vincint, just tapping into the joy that already exists within us, a joy that we are fighting to protect all across this country. Then we packed up our bags and we headed to San Antonio. And y'all, when I tell you the San Antonio community showed out, they showed out. We had a packed town hall with the local Planned Parenthood CEO, Terrill, talking about what's at stake and the intersections of our work. Because as we all know, an attack on one of us is an attack on all of us. So sit back, relax, tune in, get fired up, and get the fuel that you need to keep taking action to make sure that everybody knows what's always been true. These dreams are all of our American dreams.
Y'all, I'm so honored to be here, because this is one of those moments where the things that we do today will have a profound impact on the experience and lives of people tomorrow and for generations to come.
So what is love in today? What does love mean to you today? How do you support and pull yourself together and still love?
People are afraid to come to work. Services are going to be worse. So tourism will go down further. So you can just feel the spiral.
And when I was coming up, they said that church isn't a place that you go, but it's something that you have. So being here in this space, it fills my soul up to the brim. I'm honored to be here with you this Sunday.
My name is Sierra Owens. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm the facilitator, Sisters in Strength, SIS, here at the Center in Las Vegas, which is a support group for Black women living with HIV. I want people to know that, one, HIV and AIDS are truly something that we are able to combat together, and that through healthcare, through education, and through being open and honest for who we are going to be able to truly, truly, truly take this by the head, and hopefully one day have everyone be able to live a life in which they deserve.
There are more pressing concerns that are getting more media attention. There are big legal cases happening. You know, I think gender affirming care is getting a lot of play right now, and I think that that HIV is not at the top of everyone's list of concerns around their health. I know you're going to talk to younger folks later, but it's certainly been my perception in working with adolescents who are largely getting information from sources like TikTok and social media, that HIV is not something that folks are talking about, that folks are not worried about. And I even had a 14 or 15-year-old who I recently cared for, and I was discussing routine sexually transmitted infection testing, and they asked me, what is HIV? And they didn't even have that base knowledge, which those of us who lived through the 80s and 90s, it's like almost unfathomable to be like, what do you mean, what is HIV?
We talked with Congressman Horsford and we covered it all. We talked about the needs and concerns of Nevadans. We talked about the hope that he sees in young peoples, in coalitions that we're building, and more. But the thing that we shared most was our true belief in what's possible if we embrace the American dream and we work together and fight for it. Hey everybody, we're here for Our American Dreams, and we're so excited to be here with the Congressman Steven Horsford, former chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, co-sponsor of the Equality Act. I mean, you've done the thing when it comes to standing up and fighting for our community and for our people. So could you just share with our followers a little bit about who you are and why you chose to be in this particular field, in this particular important time?
Look, I never planned to be in elected office. I'm a son of an immigrant mother who came to the United States from Trinidad. I could have gone in a lot of different directions, but someone gave me an opportunity which afforded me to go to school, to get an education, to learn that I had power and a voice to affect change. And that is one of the reasons that I became an elected official.
So what do you make of this moment that we're in, where sometimes politicians are not listening to their constituents, and in fact, in some states like Texas, they're even trying to redraw the lines so that they get to pick their voters instead of the voters picking their representatives?
What I'm struggling with right now, as you just said, is despite the fact that the majority of people here in Nevada and across the country support our ideas and our issues, that there are these forces, including this current administration, who are systematically trying to take those rights away. They are attacking the right to fair districts and fair elections, not because their ideas are any better, but because they know that unless they change the rules of the game, that they can't remain in power. Well, that's why I love this tour that you're on, in really lifting up what the American dream is all about and why it's worth fighting for. How do we make it more perfect? We don't disengage, we don't give up, we don't throw up our hands, and we don't quit. We decide to mobilize, we organize, we build coalition, and we come back stronger. And so we, the people, get a chance to decide what it will look like when we're back in power to build it back in a way that is inclusive, equitable, just, that is loving, that is fair. That is what I'm fighting for, and that's why I'm still in this work.
Woo-wee, now that's a message right there. That is a message. And it's so powerful because it's hopeful. It's about what we're actually fighting for and not just what we're fighting against.
I hear this all the time from my constituents. Look, I'm fighting for the people I represent here, the people that I am proud to represent, that I listen to and I learn from, that I try to lift up their voices, but most importantly, that I love. And I don't believe that you can effectively represent the people unless you love the people that you are given the privilege to serve. The other area that I think is really important is the need to fight to protect people's fundamental rights and freedoms. So while we're working to advance the Equality Act, because no one deserves to be discriminated based on who they are or who they love, whether it's on the workplace or in public accommodations, we also have to make sure that they feel safe in our communities. And particularly for the trans community that is on direct attack, being able to make sure that we are standing up and speaking up for them right now is incredibly important.
Yeah, and speaking of the trans community, and especially our LGBTQ youth, what's your message to them?
They can affect positive change, real change. They can hold elected officials accountable, or they can throw elected officials out and replace them with people who will be more responsive. No movement has ever happened in this country that hasn't been led by young people.
That's right.
And so show up,
Yep.
young people. Do your part in this generation like every other generation has done before you.
All right, look, the people need some hope and they need some inspiration. This is your mic drop moment. Congressman, what do you have for us?
Well, this is a true Vegas mic with all the glitter that comes with it. Look, I believe that in this moment, every one of us can do something to help lift up and protect and fight for our democracy. So we need to show up, we need to stand up, we need to speak out, and we need to fight back. And that is a mic drop moment.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Las Vegas. My name is Leanna Ramirez. I am the Chief Clinical Officer here at the center in Las Vegas. We are going to be introducing you to the one, the only Mobilina, our amazing health mobile unit. We are doing it true Vegas style. So here with me today are some fabulous Las Vegas guests, our drag queens and kings. Hello, everyone. Hi. So we're going to take you for a tour inside. So come on this way. So we have 40 feet. Yes, I said 40 feet of goodness here in this place. Completely equipped with a pole.
Always on the pole.
We have 2 full-size exam rooms. I've got a special spot. Not only do we offer primary care, but we can offer HIV testing, hepatitis C testing and treatment. You've got your full service here, kids.
Full service.
Everything on the mobile unit is completely comfortable and confidential.
I like to keep her confidential.
And no trip to Vegas would be complete without a spotting of Elvis.
Hey, check this out. Have you seen this restroom? It's bigger than the one in my house. Don't forget to flush.
So if it's your first time in Vegas or if you're here all the time, come check us out. And this is Mobilina.
How are you doing? My name is Antonio Gonzalez Martinez, and I serve as the board president for the LGBTQ+ Chamber of Commerce. And I am the American dream. Equality, equity, those type of things come to mind when I think about the American dream. I got the opportunity to serve in the Army for over 24 years, and I think I got the experience to actually go around and see how we do it here in America and in other countries as well. And I think our dream as Americans is about supporting one another.
How is everyone holding up right now, and what are we really fighting?
We're fighting tyranny and authoritarianism. Right? Let's call it what it is.
Hi, my name is Judge Rosie Speedling Gonzalez. I'm the presiding judge of Bexar County Court of Law number 13 and Reflejo Court here in San Antonio, Texas. I'm a supporter of the Human Rights Campaign, and I am your American dream.
I'm really inspired by this idea of American dreams lately. I don't know, did anybody go see Beyonce and Cowboy Carter? But something happened for me between like seeing Beyonce and Cowboy Carter and the reclaiming of the country narrative and seeing Kendrick Lamar in the Super Bowl and his kind of subversive message about our investment in this country that reminded me that this country is my country too. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm not gonna do it.
Throughout our movement, we have made incredible progress and change. We've made it through the courts, we've made it through lifting our voices at the ballot box, and now we have to continue that work by lifting our stories for change. Join us, share your story, and tag us on your posts using hashtag #OurAmericanDreams.
My name is Vincint, and this is my American dream. I think my job as an artist is to take care of who is ever in front of me for the 45 to 60 minutes that I do have them, and to leave them better than when I found them. I think if people come to me to either be healed from something, to hope for more, or to just dance, I should be able to give that to them, and I hope that they leave that space with that feeling, that knowledge, and that kind of enlightenment that they can do and be whatever they want to be in the world. I know the message I would hope that people take away from what I do is that any roadblock isn't the end. It may look like it's hard and tough and that you may not get through it, but it's called going through it for a reason. There is an ending to it, and you can survive the things you've been through. And I hope that when I stand on stage and I pour my heart out into people, I hope that they can understand that this is not just a single experience. We all, in some way, shape, or form, are living the exact same reality, and you have every capable means to take it into your hands and make it your own. And so I hope that they leave hopeful, enlightened, better than when I found them.
A few years ago, I was blessed to meet Dr. Maya Angelou through a wonderful gentleman by the name of Tyler Perry. And I was blessed to be able to travel with Dr. Maya Angelou for 8 years. At this time, on days when I seem to get down, when I seem to be frustrated, when I feel like the weight of the world is coming down on me, I think about one of the things that Dr. Angelou taught me, and I will never forget it. We were traveling and we were in Canada. I told her that I was interested in going back to college and to get my degree. And she started repeating the words to the song, "I Hope You Dance." And so right now, if Doctor were standing here talking with you, she would say, just dance. Stand up and take the baton. Stand up and love on every single person. Stand up and know that you have been bought and paid for already. That there is nothing or no one better than you, that we are all human. And together we can embrace each other, love on each other, and understand that human rights belong to every single person.
Come on, y'all. I need you to go ahead and hit that like button. Like, subscribe, and share. This is your moment. If you're looking for something to do, if you're looking for a way to take meaningful action, join us. Like, subscribe, share, be a part of this movement, and join us now, because we are on the road towards equality and you don't want to miss out.
And I believe as people are looking at the cruelness that's taking place in our world right now, they don't want to be a part of that. It's a time for us to stand on love, to go back to 1 Corinthians and that piece that says, love does not delight in evil, but it rejoices in the truth. Now is the time for us to lift up our truth. Oftentimes when you're experiencing a breakdown, there might just be a breakthrough waiting for you on the other side, right? And right now, we are experiencing a breakdown, a social breakdown, a political breakdown, a spiritual breakdown. But I believe there just could be a breakthrough waiting for us on the other side. Is anybody ready for your breakthrough? Tell your neighbor, I'm ready for a breakthrough. Tell your other neighbor, I'm ready for that breakthrough. We can get there, we can do it, but we've got to believe, we've got to have faith, and we've got to do the work together and in love.